Go. Hi, Kendra. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you again. I'm glad we're able to meet today. Are you in a place right now that feels pretty safe and private to you for this meeting?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. And again, I just wanted to remind you that if for some reason we get disconnected, I'll just try to call you again right away so that we can reestablish the connection and finish our visit. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to check in about something with you today that we haven't really talked about so far, but seeing that you are coming to me to talk about some feelings of deep sadness that you've expressed and sometimes some distracting worry and concern, I wanted to ask you, have you ever had any thoughts of harming yourself?
No.
No. So, any thoughts of taking your own life or not wanting to be here anymore, those haven't come up for you?
No, I feel like sometimes so exhausted I don't want to go carry on, but I've never thought of like taking my life or anything.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. That's good to hear. And have you ever had any thoughts of harming somebody else when you're feeling overwhelmed?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I'm really glad to hear that. If any of those feelings ever come up for you, please do reach out. If not to me, then please call your nearest crisis center, 988, the National Suicide Hotline. You can call 911. As we continue to meet together, obviously, your safety is my number one priority. So I just want to make sure that you're always feeling safe with yourself or with those around you.
Okay.
Okay, good. I want to follow up with you a little bit about some stuff we've talked about before. First of all, how has this week been in terms of any feelings of sadness or worry that you've expressed in the past?
Um, this week hasn't been bad. There was like a couple like on Tuesday I felt just really sad, like woke up feeling really sad and had a hard time getting out of bed. Um, that was the biggest thing I remember, like just having a really hard, like feeling just sad. And I was actually late to school that day because I just couldn't get out of bed for a while.
Okay. Okay. So you had a morning on Tuesday where those feelings of sadness really did overwhelm you for a bit, and it was a struggle to get up and get yourself going.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you were able to do to eventually get yourself out of bed into school?
Um, well, I don't know if this is like a good way to do this or not, but I didn't know it would make help, but like I just like kind of cried for a while and I couldn't cry like for as long as I wanted to because I knew I needed to get up soon, but like just kind of like crying for a little bit, kind of, I don't know, that's not something I would normally do because I feel like when I felt sad, like I needed to take care of my like brother and sister, my mom, and I just couldn't show that kind of thing. I just kind of cried for a little bit, and I feel like maybe that was sort of helpful.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, sometimes giving ourselves that space to release those emotions and crying can be a way to do that,
Mhm.
can be really helpful. And maybe also just giving yourself permission to have those feelings and to feel them for a minute instead of feeling like you had to always kind of keep a lid on them to help your mom and your siblings. Maybe that kind of allowed you to move forward that morning and then get yourself to school, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and like the school day after like that morning, it was kind of hard to focus in school because that's just sort of a hard way to start the day.
Yeah.
But by the end of the day, I did feel like more focused than like just, I think a little bit more like lighter.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good to hear that you were able to feel a lightening maybe of the pressure or the feelings that you had woken up feeling a bit overwhelmed by that morning. Last time we spoke, we talked about doing some emotional tracking where you were going to kind of keep a log of big things that happened for you day to day and kind of your emotions on a daily basis too. How's that been going?
Um, it's going well. I feel like I wait in the morning, I've noticed is when I feel like kind of the most, I guess, sad and sometimes like stressed or worried about my family. Like I feel like it still happens at other points in the day, but the morning is like that part of the day where it's like the biggest for me.
Okay. Okay. Are there specific things that you're worrying about in the morning, or do you notice any connections to why those feelings might be strongest for you at the beginning of the day?
I feel like it just feels so different waking up here at my foster family's house than when I would be with my family because I used to, get my brother and sister kind of ready and going and take all of us would go to school together. And now it's like, I mean, Tanya, she's here too, and we go to like the same school, but it's different. And that's like a big difference first thing in the morning for me because my life at school isn't so different really, but it's the home stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Just such a different environment for you to be in without your siblings there in that role of caring for them in the moment, in the
Mhm.
mornings and throughout the day. How often are you able to talk to your siblings? Have you been able to talk to them this week?
I talked to them on Wednesday, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
Wednesday or Tuesday. I talked to them. Um, I usually sometimes twice a week, sometimes once a week, but I do get to talk to them every week. I'm sure they're fine. They're with my Aunt Marla. I'm sure it's like taking care of them.
Yeah. When you talk to them, do you find that after, like, let's say the morning or two after you've talked to them, do you feel the worry increase or lessen after you've talked to your siblings?
It lessens because like I hear them and they're always like doing fine. I mean maybe they're I'm sure maybe that they're having a hard time too a little bit, but they seem like they really are doing okay. And I notice like if I talk to them in the afternoon, like the next morning, I do feel a little better.
Okay.
Um, some I don't know, it makes me like it changes the feeling because then I just feel sad because I miss them, but I'm not as worried.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like it would be helpful to maybe talk to your aunt? I know you mentioned that your foster parents have given you your own phone. Do you feel like it might be helpful to talk to her and see if you could talk to them a little more frequently, maybe every other day instead of just once or twice a week?
It would be nice if I could talk to them more often. Yeah, I think that that would be good. I don't really, even if I get to talk to them, I don't see them in person very much. And I think I would like to be able to like actually see them, like just not do anything big or special, just be at like a park with them or something.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that's something we can talk to your foster caseworker about and see if there, I know you have visits with your mom. Maybe we could see if there's any potential to ever include your siblings in that as well and see kind of what that looks like moving forward.
Okay. That would be good if that could like happen. Yeah, that would be really nice if we were all together just for a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I don't know for sure that we would be able to make that work, but I am willing to reach out to Callie and just see what she thinks and see if that's something that we could maybe work into your current structure while you're away from your family.
Okay, yeah, that would be really cool if I could see them like every weekend with my mom or even some weekends.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely ask her. At least it doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Mhm.
Well, aside from that, I want to talk about just a couple of coping skills that you might be able to use when you are feeling the sadness or worry that could possibly help in those moments. Is that something you'd be willing to talk about?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. One thing is, I know you've mentioned that you enjoy writing poetry. I was going to suggest the same way that you've been kind of tracking your emotions and things that have come up for you since last week, that maybe this week you add just a couple of minutes of writing yourself a little poem or just a brief journal entry about your day, since writing seems to be an outlet. And so this kind of takes it a step further. This isn't so much like this happened and this is how I felt, but maybe giving a little bit more emotion to your words and using something that you enjoy anyway as a way of kind of expressing that and getting some of those feelings and some of that overwhelm out onto paper at the end of the day. Would that sound okay?
Yeah, that kind of sounds like actually a little more fun than the
Okay.
way we've been tracking the emotions.
Yeah.
Actually, it makes it a little, I don't know, a little more personal.
Yeah, for sure. So I like to try that this week. And that's something you could do in the evenings, maybe before bed, to kind of calm your mind and do something for yourself at the end of the day. And then in
Mhm.
the mornings or throughout the day, I was going to suggest something called the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. Have you ever heard of that?
I have, but I can't remember what it is.
Okay. Well, basically it is you wherever you are, you try to look around you and think of 5 things that you can see in that moment,
Hmm.
things that you can feel or touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 that you can smell, and 1 that you can taste. And it's not so important that you get all of those in the exact right order, but it's basically tapping into your 5 senses and recognizing what is around you right then to kind of ground you in that moment. And that is something that I can send you in an email. I don't expect you to remember all of that,
Okay,
but
good.
is that something you might be willing to try too?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like it could be helpful in a lot of different places, even.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because nobody around you even has to know that you're doing it. It can just be something for yourself to kind of calm you.
Yeah, it's stealth.
Okay. Well, hey, our time is about up today. It's been really nice to get to see you and check in with you. I will send you an email with the idea of journaling or writing poetry in the 5-4-3-2-1 method. And then is it okay if we meet again at this time next week?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that works.
perfect. Then I'll also send you a calendar invitation and the link for next week's session as well.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much, Kendra. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.